Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the George W. Bush Presidential Center. A very warm welcome to our First Ladies that have joined us today. We're thrilled to host everyone here in Dallas for this important summit. The Bush Institute is eager to learn from all of you and to partner with you. My heartfelt thanks goes to my longtime friend and director of the Women's Initiative at the Bush Institute, Charity Wallace. Is Charity in here? She's probably backstage. Charity is the one who thought of all of this, conceived every bit of it, and is really, here she is, and has guided all of our women's programs that we've done from the Bush Institute since the founding of the Bush Institute. She served with us in Washington, D.C., and Charity, you've done it again. Thank you very much. Thank you for your excellent work and your creative vision and for all of your efforts to improve the lives of women and girls. Thank you to our Bush Center supporters. Many of the supporters of the Bush Foundation and the Bush Center have joined us today. Your generosity allows us to advance our efforts to support women and girls around the world, and we're grateful for your support. And a special thanks to the generous sponsors of this event, David File and the File Foundation, ExxonMobil, the Bank of America, Estee Lauder, Facebook, Pfizer, Intel, Cisco, Abbott Fund, and Westrock Coffee. I'm excited to welcome Facebook and Google as our technology partners. And that's one of the really important things I think about this summit is that we all have the chance now to benefit from all the great new technology. So thank you all for sponsoring us as well. 2 years ago, I barely knew what Facebook or Instagram were. But now I'm a proud Instagrammer myself. I use Instagram to follow my family members. Are they up there? No? Too bad. My favorite post, oh, there they are. Insta photos are any photos that include our granddaughters Mila and Poppy Louise. Of course, these girls are perfect. I watched Jeb Bush on his campaign trail from afar. And I smile when I see photos of my mother-in-law, Barbara Bush, walking on the beach. And Insta photos of George H.W. Bush, President George H.W. Bush, my father-in-law, driving his boat still at age 91 at 60 miles an hour. President Bush and Barr are both happy and in good spirits. They spend the summer in Maine at their beautiful house on the Atlantic coast, and then they spend the winters in Houston. They're happy and they're healthy and they're in good spirits. George and I believe that they're showing us the way to age with grace. In Maine, Barbara Bush walks her dogs on the beach every day. And as you can see in this photo, she's walking with a walker. From both of them, George and I have learned that all we know we have is now. So take advantage of your life as it is and walk on the beach every chance you get. This is the third year that we've invited First Ladies and leaders of businesses, international NGOs, and nonprofits together. Today's Global Women's Network brings ideas and innovation and partnerships. And we'll hear from some of the beneficiaries whose lives have been changed. We'll learn from young innovators who's developed creative ways to solve the world's challenges. And we'll network with each other to discover best practice solutions and effective partnerships. This afternoon, George will talk about one of those partnerships, Pink Ribbon, Red Ribbon, and how the global health program we founded with our partners has saved thousands of lives in many countries. Studies show that when you empower women, entire communities and countries thrive. We know from research that when mothers are educated, their children are more likely to be educated and successful. When women are included in the economy, countries are more prosperous. When women are healthy, their families are healthier, and they're able to contribute to their communities. The inclusion of women in all aspects of society strengthens and improves the stability of their countries. Investments in the success of women are investments that pay off. And with the Women's Initiative Fellowship, the Afghan Women's Project, the First Ladies Initiative, and our Global Health Initiative, Pink Ribbon, Red Ribbon, the Bush Institute is investing in women. Our Women's Initiative Fellowship is designed to equip female leaders in Egypt and Tunisia with the knowledge to build the strong civil societies that they need to support the democracies in their countries, and then improve all of their communities. One of our fellows, Hadir Mahir, is here today, and you'll hear from her during the Next Generation Innovators panel. Hadir, are you in the audience? Okay, great. Dalal is another one of our fellows. As part of the 2014 Tunisian Fellowship, Dalal developed an action plan with a goal of training female candidates and registering 2,000 women from her district so that they could vote in their presidential election. She surpassed her goal by training 120 female candidates and registering more than 3,500 women. Dalal, like all of our fellows, believe in the future of her country, and she knows that women will lead the democracy movement. The Bush Institute's Afghan Women's Project supports effective programs in Afghanistan. We're highlighting the success of Afghan women by telling their stories and publishing them in a book titled We Are Afghan Women. One of those stories is that of Razia John, who's here with us today. Razia is a remarkable Afghan woman who risked her own life by running an underground school during the years of the Taliban. Razia taught her young female students to write their father's name first, rather than their own names. Her clever tactic instilled pride in these girls' fathers, who then gave them permission to continue their education and literacy training. Just last month, Razia attended the groundbreaking for the first women's college in rural Afghanistan, the Razia John Technical College. It will open in March, and it already has 18 young women enrolled in their midwifery program. In a letter Razia sent to me recently, she wrote, "We are accomplishing things that once seemed impossible. We've opened a door that at one time I couldn't even imagine. This is truly a dream come true." Thank you, Razia. Thanks to Razia and to all the Afghan women who are risking their lives for the betterment of their country of Afghanistan. The Bush Institute's First Ladies Initiative is working to engage and support First Ladies so that they might use their unique platforms to improve the lives of the people in their countries. First Lady of Ethiopia, Mrs. Roman, attended our first African First Ladies Summit in 2013 in Tanzania. At a private roundtable discussion, she asked Cherie Blair and me how to build a platform and where she should start. So I advised her to begin with what she already knew. Even before returning home to Ethiopia, Mrs. Roman worked with another Ethiopian woman to develop an initiative that promotes economic opportunity for female entrepreneurs. She launched this initiative just a few months after the summit. And in 2014, she implemented a collaborative project that connected 1,500 women and girls to their export market. And today she works from an official First Lady's office, the first of its kind in Ethiopian history. Despite the dire headlines we read every day, there is reason for hope in the Middle East and in Africa. And the accomplishments of Dalal, of Razi, of Mrs. Roman, and thousands of other women around the world remind us of that. As President George H.W. Bush and Barr have taught us, all we know we have is now. So today, as we discuss the strides women are making in education, in healthcare, in economic opportunity, in equality, and equal rights, I ask you to remember the women who risked their lives to increase opportunities for women worldwide. And I ask you to think about the women who will make even more progress in the future, the women who are gathered here today, and maybe even my two precious granddaughters, Mila and Poppy, Poppy Louise. Consider the legacy that we leave for our children. The choices we make now will shape the world for the next generation, and that's why I thank each of you for joining us today. Your partnership and your partnering with the Bush Institute and committing yourselves to the future of women around the world. Thank you all, and may God bless you.